Your assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
Bad. It looks like you're not gonna make it. And you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean. Because if you lose your head and you give up, then you neither live nor win. That's just...
VP4 TV. You're watching a Tactical Genius production. Please welcome your commentary team for this match, 9ball.com and Super Admin aka Steve Chaplin, CEO and President of Celeris, Inc. Good luck to both players and have a good one.
Can you hear me now? Good. It wasn't the mute button in my keyboard, it was actually muting my mic. I'd switched the mic off earlier on this afternoon when I was on Steam, because I've got live broadcast on Steam, so whenever I start up a game in Steam it goes live, so I normally mute my mic. Anyway, apologies for that. Welcome everybody, welcome to VP4 TV, welcome to Cobra, Bill, Wit, Dwight, Vertical Liquid, I think I saw there in the chat, Spud Boy, who's just joined. This is a round 5 match between Spectredawn and Albinario. Spectredawn from the UK, Albinario from Sweden. And as Cobra mentioned earlier on this afternoon, the problem with these two guys is that they don't meet very often. We probably would like to see them play a lot more. Albinario, the one reason for that is Albinario doesn't play Friday Night 9-ball. And probably the only time I can remember, once Cobra reminded me that they've actually met in a big tournament, was the 2021 Virtual 9-ball World Championships, which incidentally neither of them won anyway, because it was a one-loss side match. But on that occasion, it was Spectredawn who came out on top by 13 racks to 10. One thing I would say is that Albinario seems to be taking this match quite seriously, because he's been in most of the day, on and off, and he's been in practicing. He was in solidly for a few hours earlier on today, and he's came in early tonight. He's been in since 1:30, so he's meaning business. And of course, it's going to have to be a good match to follow up what we've seen over the last couple of days. What we've seen the last few days has been great. Stubb played his best in the tournament so far last night. He now thinks he's in with a good chance of winning it, and you know he does have a good chance of winning it. I've always said that these are the type of tournaments where he will have a chance. It favours him. The table's more open. He can get away with going for his shots a lot of the times. But strategy is going to play a big part. But that's for another day. In the moment, we are concentrating on the main one, which is about to go in a few minutes. Now, Steve will be here. He said he was going to join in. The reason he hasn't been around the last couple of days is he's got some squatters in the house, otherwise known as visitors, and he's taken time out to be here for this match tonight. So I'll have a tab out and look for him in a few minutes. Now, predictions for this match, very difficult to predict. You know, if you were going to go, if you want to be nitpicky, and I think this is the slight difference between the two, the way I see it. Spectredawn will pop balls. The problem, if he has a problem, is that he's not always getting good on a lot of the shots. He's leaving some tough shots to stay at the table quite a few times. If that's going to give an edge, then it will give a slight edge to Albinario in that respect. We know what, again, it's the same things that are the factors that affect this. I think the other thing is who can capitalise mostly on the dry breaks. Who gets the dry break and who takes advantage of it will probably decide it, because I think the quality is there. If these guys come to a table where the balls are on, and even if there's a slight problem, they'll generally find a way to deal with it. Spectredawn has become very good at that. That might be where he has a slight edge. But like I say, if he's not getting too sweet on certain shots, that might give Albinario the edge. There might be just the odd more mistake for that reason. And it's hard to pick. It's hard to call it. I would say if it goes by the way I've described it, 17-15 to Albinario, I would think. Now, give me a minute. Hang on a minute. Wait till I just come back in. Just a sec. What the hell have I done here? Hold on. How do you get out of that again? What's that one? Wait a minute. That's better.
Good evening.
Right, welcome to Steve. Well, I'm going to leave it to Steve to give his assessment in the whole situation because I've said my part.
Well, I think it'll be an interesting match. I think that Albin and Spectredawn both run out easy tables well. Spectredawn may have the advantage there. I think Albin's got better precision with the cue ball and it's going to be a little better on tough tables. And then, the safety game, kicking, banking, those kind of areas, Albin's got a big advantage. So, I think Spectredawn can win, but he's going to have some things go his way. He's going to have to break well. He's going to have to get nice table layouts. He may need some help from Albin. Albin's definitely the favorite here, but it's not a guaranteed win. He's going to have to play. Spectredawn's no pushover.
Yeah, but as I mentioned before you joined, the two of them met in the Virtual 9-Ball World Championship in 2021 in the one-loss side, and Spectredawn won it by 13 racks to 10. So he's got the advantage over Albie in that score.
Well, he does, but this is not 9-ball, and 10-ball is a game that requires a lot more savvy because you don't make as many balls on the break. You get more clusters, you get more difficult tables. You're going to have to play safe more than you will in 9-ball, and I think that gives Albin an advantage.
I mentioned also Albinario is definitely taking this match seriously. And he hasn't. He's not coming in 2 minutes before it starts. He's been in a lot of the day getting practice in. Spectredawn's been in as well, doing his usual each day. Now that Wednesday double knockout tournament has gone up. Why has... Oh, there the other one is up. I've got it scrolled up. They're probably lagged off. No, they haven't. We're in time.
Albinson.
So Albinario on the right hand side for Albie, Spectredawn on the left. And let's hope we see the same sort of standard. There should be no reason we shouldn't expect that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to play really poorly, but whether somebody plays really great's to be seen.
Well, Spectredawn's won it.
Lag. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be any blowouts today. I mean, I'm expecting the score to be 13-10, 13-11, something like that.
Maybe even 17.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This is a winners. Somebody might get to 17. I'm already screwing up.
So,
but now this is the kind of layout that Spectredawn is probably going to run out. The only issue here is the 4-ball.
It's Albinario. It's Albinario, Steve. Pay attention, for goodness sake.
I'm really. Oh, he broke dry. Now, this is a kind of situation that I think Albin plays better than Spectre, where you've got this 3 and 10 and 4 all sitting there, because this is a little tricky. You're going to have an angle on the 3. This is a tricky situation here.
He could bump the 10 onto the 4 here.
Well, that's the problem. And I don't think you can roll. If you can roll it and get by the 10 and come back up and bump the 10, it's very close whether it'll go by the 10. Yep, he was able to get it by.
He hasn't got it to the hole. Oh, he has got it to the hole.
So, see, that's the kind of shot that Albin plays that Spectredawn does not, I'm not saying he can't shoot it, but he's not as good at it as Albin, those little subtle shots like that.
Albie's picture is actually the Statue of Liberty with like a Japanese sunset behind the New York skyline.
Oh,
That's
it's
what it looks like
yeah,
to me.
That's that just probably means he's using PEDs.
Now, this is a very solid start from Albinario. I mean, this sends a message straight away. You come up dry and I've got a shot, I'm going to run out.
Yeah, and it was that subtle little situation there that, a lot of good players wouldn't have handled that Albin did. And a lot of that's from playing straight pull. He understands where the ball's going. He knows how to play a lot of little delicate touch shots.
Take it, everybody's happy with the picture here, boys and girls. No complaints.
Looks good to me. I mean, and that's what I was talking about when I said 10 ball is, a different animal than 9 ball in the sense that, that kind of situation with the 3, 4, and 10 that came up is much more likely to happen in 10 ball than 9 ball.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Albin's break now, and if he breaks, if Albin breaks well, he's going to be very difficult to beat.
Well, Stubbs' break last night was awful. His break averages are really poor. Probably about the worst of whoever's left. Cobra was not far ahead of him, but Stubbs' break last night was awful. But he actually played pretty well, Stubb. I was fairly impressed by some of the shots he played. Not impressed by a couple of the ones that he played when he had a good lead. Certainly one of them, and that let Barker's back in it again.
Yeah, this is a touchy little shot here. It's kind of a real soft draw. You underhit it, you hit the 7. You overhit it, you hit it too far. This is a tricky little shot here.
Yeah, that's well played.
And Albin hits it perfect. I mean, this is Albin's game, these little touch shots. And he does this by far the best.
You see how that cue ball went through and then gripped, and just a nice weight of shot brought it through onto that 2 ball.
If you're comparing games, Cobra's game is a lot more like Spectredawn's game than Albin's. I'm not saying those two have the same game. I'm just saying they're more similar than, what Albin brings to the table.
Well, my nose is 6 inches away from that picture on my monitor, and I can just barely see that there is a cue there, Mark. I'll take your word for it. Statue of Liberty is holding a cue.
It's pretty small.
Now, somebody mentioned in the chat about Albinario's slow starts. I think that's on the contrary. I think Albinario can start off well. It's holding his attention mid-match and deep into the match that's Albie's problem. On a few occasions, he's got a good start here, but then his mind maybe starts to wander and whatever, and suddenly then players are back on his tail.
Yeah, well, he looks like he's on it today. I mean, he's handled these 2 racks, and both of them had one shot that was kind of tricky that he handled without a problem.
Yep.
So Spectredawn needs something good to happen, like right now, before he really gets way behind, and he gets a rack that's sort of not that wonderful. That rack didn't come apart that good.
Yeah, the 9 balls just saved him.
Well, I mean, this is not a hard kick shot.
Well,
I'm expecting Albin's going to shoot the kick shot. We'll see. I mean, I would shoot this kick shot instead of pushing, and he's gonna.
Well, I wonder if any of these two players have paid attention to Fast Eddie, because I was talking about that last night, and Bill had a go at a couple of jumps. I don't think Bill was all that successful, although he did get the ball over the object ball on probably more than one occasion, but Eddie has found the secret.
Well, he decided to push out, and he pushed out to a jump shot, and not a difficult one. I think Spectredawn will probably shoot this jump shot.
I don't think he needs to jump anything, Steve.
You think he?
I think he
could probably
twist
it.
Yeah.
You think he can hit it straight?
He can get it. Yeah. He's jacking up. I don't know whether he actually needs to. I think he can cheat the pocket easily. Yeah, he's played it. Now he needs to get past the 4. I think he's.
I think he did.
Yeah.
I think he did get by it.
Well, grabbed the bull by the horns, as they say there, Spectredawn.
Out semi-pros here.
Welcome to semi.
Well, that's come up a little short there. You know, that's not really what you want to do when you really need to get on the 4 good, because the 5's, only goes into one pocket. Yeah, but he's okay. He rolled out at, perfect speed. So,
well, he's got to have the angle in this 5, so he's
nowhere
near the 8.
This. He may roll this, but I think he could stun it if he wants to. Well, he's gonna move the 8 now. I was thinking maybe stay high on that 5 ball and come around 2 rails around the back of the 6. So you didn't have to run into the 8. Not that this is a big deal, but the problem is it's going to be hard to get straight on the 6, and that's what you really want for the 7. So I question rolling that 4 ball, because he put himself in a spot where this is a little tricky. Yeah, this is okay. He's going to go back and forth. There's nothing wrong with this. This isn't difficult. And even though people think, oh, well, he's kind of got a lot of angle. A lot of angle in some ways is a lot easier, because the cue ball you don't have to hit it so hard. And he put too much English on that and got way low on it. One thing about Spectredawn is, he can sit here and get out of line and out of line and out of line. He seems like he just keeps pocketing balls.
This is pretty good, I think, as well.
He reminds me a little bit of Bustamante. Bustamante, I've seen him play, Larry. He's like out of line, out of line, out of line. He just keeps making everything.
Well, he's going to obviously hit the 10. He wants to just go
this isn't hard, though. You
go to the
drop
left.
back. Got to watch out for the side pocket. Well, he tried to go forward.
Yeah.
I don't think going forward was terrible, but missing the ball was. A matter of fact, going forward was probably better, because took the scratch out of play for the most part.
Well, there's a little flinch there by Spectredawn. Pressure's on him already. Well,
I think he got funny on the 7, and honestly, I think it started with the 4 ball, making the decision to roll forward on the 4 ball, when he could have just stopped it and stayed a little high and gone 2 rails behind the 6 ball, shot the 6 ball down table. I think it would have been easier to get good on the 7. It's funny how, especially with these guys who can make balls like this, and it's a ball that's 4 or 5 balls back in the rack that really caused this problem, but he never got back in line.
So 3-0.
I can't completely say that. I think where he was on a 6 ball was okay. He just hit it crappy. Well, Spectredawn needs something to happen here, where Albin gives him the table back.
Well, this is dry.
Yeah, that's what Spectredawn needed. And he came up with a shot, too. He can shoot this in the side or the corner.
Bump the 4 and hold for the 2.
Yeah, I mean, this both works. See what he decides to do. He's looked like he's going for the corner. Uh-oh.
He's caught too much of that rail. Oh, he's got away with it, I think.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, there's a safety play here. This is a little tricky to get safe on. Let's see what Alvin decides to do. This is not an easy safe, but you can get the one ball up table. There's no doubt about that. He tried to get behind the two, and I think that was ambitious. I probably would have tried to play a different shot than that, just because I didn't think he could get him on the two ball. I mean, he could have rolled the ball up and tried to let the cue ball come across and use the 8 and the 4. He could have done a lot of things. And I think that's a weakness for a lot of players is they try to do something that's not going to work. And I'm telling you, I'm sure Albin really knew that wasn't going to work, but he did it anyways.
Well, this is a test of Spectredawn's abilities here to find his way out. I mean, I think this is a problem shot, just getting nicely on the 4.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal. I mean, he had a nice little window there, natural.
He's good now.
He should be out. I mean, he's going to have to shoot some kind of kill shot on the 5 unless he draws this back. Yeah, so this is like there's a lot of different ways to shoot this. He may actually just try to bump the 6 ball. We'll see what he decides to do.
He's avoided it.
Hit a kill shot, bring it into 7. That's well done. I mean, Spectredawn is very good at running out, so that's why I don't think this match can really get away with him. He didn't get out the last opportunity he had, which was a little unusual.
Oh, welcome to Pan Wanwa.
Wanwa's there.
In the house. How many we got on YouTube? We've got 20 on YouTube, well, 19 if you don't include me. So many's on Twitch. You must have a few on Twitch. You usually get more on Twitch than you have on YouTube, so that's a surprise. So welcome, everybody.
That is a surprise because
there's only 10 on Twitch.
I'm seeing 10 on Twitch right now, yeah.
That's unusual. Anyway, Spectredawn has, he's killing 2 birds with 1 stone here. He's got on the board, and he's going to get first bite in the next rack with the break to try and get right back into this. Well, the vote is on YouTube, Semi-Pro. Have a look at the community. You'll see that 9ball is only slightly in the lead. It needs more votes. Well, there's a disaster for Spectredawn.
Yeah, that's the first one of those.
The scratch, but Albinario's now got a test as well because of the issue with the 6 ball here. But where the 5 ball is, he's certainly got no problem having a bump.
Yeah, this isn't too bad because you get just a little angle on that and drop back into the 7. You'd want to hit that with a little speed so the 7 moves out of there, and you want the cue ball to keep moving. You'd actually like the cue ball to go to the end rail and come back out a little. It's one of those shots that you have to understand the speed you got to hit it at. And I think Albin will. I mean, the 4 ball sitting in the perfect spot to get on the 5. So I'm expecting he's going to handle this situation. But anytime you're moving balls, things going to always go wrong, especially in a shot like that.
What's happened with Albinario here? I thought he'd fallen asleep. Oh, he's lining up the combo.
He's playing a 10. Well, I didn't like that play because I thought he could have handled that shot. That combo was too hard. I think he was trying to get the hook on the 9 ball too.
I think that was his idea, but I'm surprised he didn't go for the run out. I mean, look where the 4 ball is, right?
Yeah.
He gets the 2, the 3, and the 4 ball's there to get nice on the 5, to get the little bump in the 7 and leave the 6 on or something like that.
You know what? I have a feeling he didn't really take a good look at that. He just said, "Oh, there's trouble here. I'll just shoot this combo."
Yeah.
And if you want to try to get the snooker with the 9-ball, you should try to roll up on it.
Oh,
boy,
dear.
look at this.
Well,
that's a gift back. I mean, Albin made the wrong play there and got away with it because.
Well, guess what, Steve? He's going to have to do what he should have done in his last visit now.
Yeah.
This is Spectredawn's called his bluff by mistake.
So you want to get fairly straight on this 4-ball. Or, you really want to be more in the middle of the table. You don't want a back cut on this. You need to be straight or a little the other way. You can't afford to leave a back cut. So he really should draw this ball back past the 10-ball to the long rail. Now, that's no good. I mean, now he's going to have to do something to get on the 5-ball. He's going to have to go forward with a little left English, and this makes it a lot harder to get the angle. I mean, if he gets straight in, he could have just drawn it back 6 inches. Okay, he's good.
You can get the bump now.
You have to draw this ball to get it away from the 6. The problem is that you can't baby it or it'll draw too much and hit the 7 at the right angle. You have to hit it with some speed to make this work. If he hits it easy, it may not work. He may get the 7 to go by him if he hits it real easy. Well, see, he might have got away with it. He needed to hit that harder to get the cue ball to move through. I think he's okay. I think he can shoot the 6 and get on the 7.
Well, I think Albie, if he can get out here, he can consider himself lucky and fortunate that he got a second go at it and had to actually play what he should have played in the first place. Well,
it wasn't a difficult situation, and I think he just didn't look at it, because I think if he would have said, "Oh yeah, this isn't bad at all. I won't have problems with that," and he would have tried to run out. Because shooting the length of the table combination is, it's not easy anywhere. It's not easy on VP. And if it was going to be anywhere easy, it would be on VP.
So, Spectredawn has blinked twice in this match so far. He's doing what he doesn't often do, and that's miss pots. And he's 4-1 down. And Albinario's break as well.
And Albin's breaking from more of a standard kind of 10-ball break spot. Sometimes people be a little narrower than that. And this one doesn't look that good.
Nope, let's try again. And a shot in the 1 and the 2. Got to get up for the 3. Find your way to the 4. Well, this is another little.
Well, he should be out.
Test.
I mean, the key ball is getting on the 3. Mm-hmm. That's going to be the key ball, and getting on in a way that you can get to the 4-ball. Because the 4, if you get the thin cut on the 3, there's nothing wrong with that. But you got to then get between the window of the 7 and 6, or you have to run into the 7, which is also possible. So you got to decide what you're going to do here. The safe play is just to leave yourself the thinner cut on the 3. And that's what he's going to do. So you got some choices here. Now, if this was me, I would run the cue ball at the 7. I think that's easier than trying to get in the window. He's going for the window. And I'm not sure he's got it.
I think he's gone too far. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would have run that at the 7-ball, because you hit that 7-ball any kind of reasonable fullness, and you're going to be good on the 4. And he had the perfect angle. All he had to do was spin that with a little left English, and he didn't do it.
Well, now he can only hit half of this 4-ball.
Yeah, he could. Well, this is no good.
And that ain't it.
Yeah, no, this is no good. He's going to get locked up here. I mean, he could have tried to bank it. He could have played whatever he was going to do. That was not the right thing. I probably would have tried to bank it, just because If you miss it, it's probably going back to
Going
the
along
end
the
rail.
short rail, yeah.
You got blockers, and I mean, there's a lot of good things that could have happened. I'm not sure what he was playing there.
Yeah, because the cross bank is a 2-in-1 shot. You know, you're getting length in the cue ball, and of course, if you overcut it, the chances are it will go along the rail to the 8 ball. Well,
did he leave an edge of this? He might have left an edge.
Yeah, there's an edge. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that was the best safety play that Albin just pulled off. I mean, it was a simple one. He still didn't get it. Well, I'd be kicking this ball off the rail, even if you can see the edge. I don't think going for the edge isn't worthwhile. You kick this ball and try to get the 4 ball and go 2 rails and up table. And the cue ball either to stop there or to kind of slide down towards the end rail. He's probably not really playing this. He's probably trying to hit the 4 ball past it, but just in case, he's calling it. He's hitting this with, he's not hitting us the right speed. Yeah, see, that ball, you want to stun that ball. You want to hit that ball off the rail with some speed and stun it, try to get the 4 ball out of there. And yeah, he didn't play that kick the right way. Even if he didn't scratch, nothing good was going to happen there.
Well, this has got to get done. Big fail if he doesn't do this. And he's maybe got himself straight in a 5.
You know, Albin's making some mistakes, but he's making all his mistakes in the moving game, whereas in Spectredawn's missed a couple balls. This game isn't as easy as you think. Well, I don't think it's easy. If you're talking to me, I don't think it's easy. I'm just trying to provide insightful commentary. I know it's not easy. I've played enough pool to know it's not easy. Nothing ever gets easier either.
Feather or right English. Oh, that was something you should have kept your mouth shut there, Cobra, because I forgot to tell Steve what happened the other night. You going to tell him, Cobra, or do you want me to do it? Cobra should have sat there quiet because I'd totally forgotten about it. Yeah, it's definitely not easy, Steve, this game of 10 ball, especially when you shoot the 3 ball and the 2 ball still in the table. That's what Cobra did the other night.
He did what?
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He shot at the 3 ball when the 2 ball was
I've done that.
Still on the table. Yeah.
Dude, I've done that. Yeah, I've had that cost me money.
Oh, I've done that as well. Yeah. But and I'm never going to let Cobra forget about it. As soon as he starts slagging me off, I'm just going to say, well, at least I managed to be able to count.
I'll tell you what I've done more than that is played position on the wrong ball.
Oh yeah, I've done that. Yeah.
And then you notice, guess what? That's not the one I need to shoot at.
Well, it was like the other night there, I couldn't see the 8 ball was in the pocket up in the top left. And I forgot the 8 ball was still in the table when I was doing the commentary. Because you couldn't see it for the black of the pocket. Yeah, there's plenty of times I've done that. We've all done that.
Oh, watch out here. Yeah, he's going to be okay. Yeah, he really over-rolled that. But he got away with it.
Now, is this a break and run? Because I've been rabbiting away there, not really paying attention.
Yeah, the thing is, guys, is when I say he should have done this, I'm not saying what I'm saying he should do is easy. I'm saying that's the right play. Doesn't mean it's easy. But, you when you got your several choices and none of them are easy, you got to pick one. It's still not going to be easy.
Well, it's looking a bit healthier now for Spectredawn. The break goes back to Albi. No, tell a lie. Aye, it does. Yeah. I'm seeing dots beside both players' names.
And you're going to find that out pretty soon, semi-pro. I mean, you just got married, so what you're going to find out is that may be the right thing to do, but it's not going to be easy.
Well, this is a beautiful table, especially that it's dry. The only thing that might be altered is the 3-ball. Let's have a quick look at that. Well, I don't believe he's playing to go on the 3-ball to play that past the 9, because that's way too tight.
Yeah, this is a tricky situation here.
Oh, he's going to bump the 10 and finish behind it. That'll do it.
Yeah, that's...
It worked.
He's on it good. He's just got to figure out what he's going to do with the side pocket. I think he's going to hit before it, and then, he's going to have to force it across.
Oh,
he didn't force it across. See that?
He's going to bedhead territory.
He didn't understand that shot. He needed to hit that hard and force it into the rail so it bounced out and went to the other side of the 4-ball. But I think he's going to get away with it. Yep. Oh, semi-pro. I'm not saying I never make bad decisions. I make plenty of bad decisions. Most of the times I realize they're bad. Sometimes after I've made them, sometimes before I've made them.
Well, this is dead straight, I think. He's dead straight in this 6-ball.
Yeah, he's okay. He just roll this in. It's this and he's gonna roll this in. I mean, he's out here.
Well, this should settle Spectredawn's stomach. I think he's a bit straight in this as well, but no, he's managed to work the angle that he had.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree the shot clock makes it more difficult, but also I'll also say that, like if you're really good at kicking balls and playing safe and you've done it a lot, then you recognize what you need to do a lot faster than if you have to think about it. There's wait till you start playing one pocket and you're taking 2 minutes on every shot because you can't figure out what to do.
Well, 3-ball has gone in. Ball is on.
When I started playing one pocket, man, I was getting like brain hemorrhages and stuff. It was spending so much time thinking about it.
Now, what's that match that I saw on one of the channels that I subscribe to on Facebook? One of the pool channels. They were posting. They posted a preview, and I don't know what session it was, but it was Jason Shaw and
yeah, they were playing a race to 120.
Yeah, race to 120.
I think it was probably 10-ball too.
Oh, that'll take a while.
I can't imagine they wouldn't play 10-ball unless
for
some reason Jason Shaw thought he couldn't win, and then he might have.
That'll take a week.
If you ever wonder why, like a guy like Shane is playing somebody 9-ball, it's probably because the other guy thinks he can't win at 10-ball, and his backer won't back him unless they play 9-ball. Because no pool player is going to pass up a potential payday because they're not playing the game that they think they should be playing.
Well, here's the shot. This will be good.
Yeah, he needs to run this at the 8-ball. Oh boy!
Oh,
he got it inside the 8-ball. Well, he needed to run at the 8-ball.
There's no option here. He's got to kick this, for goodness sake. Is he playing? Is he trying to play a billiard? I don't even think that's on. No,
unless it's going in the side pocket off the bank. He's not playing a billiard. Yeah, he's going to kick it. I mean that line would have worked if the speed was perfect, but it's hard to get the speed perfect.
Well, this is where Spectredawn struggles.
Oh boy!
Well, he couldn't have done much better than that, other than put it into the hole.
That was well hit, and it just didn't go in. He hit it with some speed, and I think he needed to get on the 8-ball.
Yeah.
I mean, he did everything right. He just got it a little too full. Yep, and that's the right way to play that shot, because it just gives you a lot of room.
Well, again, this is on Spectredawn's break, just when he thought he'd a sniff of getting the lead for the first time.
Yeah, it's little things, but a lot of that's knowing the line the cue ball is going to go on. You say, well, he was only off by a couple inches across the whole table, and it's like, yeah, but a couple inches makes a difference.
Well, Spud Boy, I made sure I had my dinner. And you know what I had for my dinner tonight? I had tatties. Sorry, I had haggis, neeps, and tatties. That's what I had for my dinner.
God.
Beautiful. And
you're turning everybody's stomach on the stream.
And I had tomato sauce on it as well, salt and pepper, and it was beautiful.
Well, we've got balls down. They're going to spot. Are they going to spot in the way of the
yeah,
one? And yep, it is. Yeah, he got the 10 ball down. It had to spot, and that is boy, I don't think he can make that. Well, the corner's blocked anyway, so I was thinking he could cut it down, but the 5's in the way. So now the question is, where do you push to? He could kick at this, but I don't think that's a great play where this ball is sitting. I think he needs to push out.
I'm just checking the 7 ball. The 7 ball, it goes. I think it goes.
Now, the thing about this situation is, if you really can't find a place to push out to a kick shot, just a different kick shot than this one. You don't have to push out to something that's, a direct shot. You can push out to kick shots. I don't see guys do that much on VP. But if you play a guy like Efren, he'll push out to kick shots all day because he's so good at it. Yeah, I don't like this push because it's too easy to lock up.
Yeah, and he hasn't got it either, I don't think.
I don't think he did.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't like that push out, but I think he got away with it. I don't know. He's looks like he's having to twist this. He's hitting this with left English, so he doesn't have this whole thing. He's having to twist this ball.
I thought he could get that. I still think he can get it.
Yeah, which means he's going to have to shoot a combo here or play safe, because it looks like he's going to take on the combo. It's funny because in VP, I think some combos are a lot easier in real life, and I think some of them are a lot harder, kind of depending on the visual. This one, I think, is a pretty easy one. I'm expecting he's going to make this.
Yeah, well, that put the curse on that. Yeah.
Well, if he's going to miss it, that would be the typical way you miss that is hit it fat. You don't get the cut enough.
So we know the 7 ball goes. It's very tight onto the 10, the 7 ball, but I'm pretty sure it goes.
Yeah, well, it's looking like it's going to be 5 all, and Albin had a chance to really put some distance, and he wasn't able to do it because Spectredawn's probably running out here. I mean, I doubt he's going to mess this up. It's just he's very good in these situations where the balls are open on the table, and kind of a characteristic of this is playing area position, because a lot of times you can play what's called area position, where you just need to be in an area and you just need to make sure you're on the right side of the next ball, not as in right as the direction. I mean, the correct side. So you don't have to be that exact, and I think Spectredawn is very, very good at playing that sort of game.
Yeah, he's definitely not exact. That's one thing, but he does pull off an awful lot of pots.
Yeah,
it's
but
whether he can sustain that to 17. That's the thing.
Well, it's not only the pots; he gets on the correct side of the ball most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's very good at playing 9-ball, 10-ball, these rotation games, because you can get away with area position. My guess is his straight pull game is probably not anywhere near as good, based on the style of play he has.
The combo was makeable. That's fine. He can just roll through.
Well, we'll see how Albin handles a little pressure, because
Spectre breaking again. Next rack.
He's got to be feeling a little pressure with having been up and things are going well, and then Spectredawn comes back on him.
One other thing, guys, that I never got I forgot to actually do to confirm it, but Fast Eddie has already arranged his match with Barker's. I think it's tomorrow night.
Yep. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to be there. I think it'll be a good match. I think Eddie seems to be getting stronger every match in this tournament.
Well, the thing is, everybody that's left in it now is a potential winner. You could say that Eddie's an outsider, Bill's an outsider, because neither of the two of them have really, I don't think, got as deep into these tournaments in the past. But they should have no fear. The other guys are the guys that will be worried about them, rather than them should be worried about the other guys, because they both played very solid. And Eddie has opened people's eyes to the possibilities of getting the use of this jump action. If you're brave enough, and if you go away and practice a bit, you might live to regret it if you don't. If you're trying to stay in the tournament.
It did come up a couple times for him where it really paid off, especially down at the end of that one match. But I mean, it's the kind of thing where it's good when the ball's close to you. It's not going to be good when the ball's further away, I don't think.
No.
And you really need the other ball close. I mean, because if you're jacking up like that, and the ball you're shooting's across the table, unless it's right in front of the pocket, it's going to be tough to pocket it. So it's got limited use. But that said, with these good players, where one or two more mistakes could be the end of you, having that weapon where you can get just one shot where you have a game you would have maybe lost that you won is a big difference.
This isn't over yet, this rack.
No, I mean, he needs to get good on this. He needs to get good on this 8-ball. He may just move these right now. It looks like he's trying to avoid them. The problem with trying to avoid them is I don't know that you can get on it good. See, if he got on it where he was just back cutting in that right upper corner, he just goes 3 rails and down, and he's perfect. Now what does he do? I mean, this is a hard shot to get the line to get on that 9-ball, because you want to come onto the shorter side of it, because you can't get hooked by the 10-ball. You don't want to go to the other side, and this is going to be difficult to do.
This is excellent.
And he's hit it really well.
This is excellent.
And the tricky part of that shot was getting the line off that end rail when you're kind of straight in like that and kind of trying to force it to go down the line you want. That's hard to get the line right, and he hit it absolutely perfect.
So, for the first time in the match, Spectredawn takes the lead. And Albinario having to respond.
Yeah, that was quite a shot there. It looks like he's come to play, and Albin's gonna have to do something. So I mean,
well, he's dry.
Spectre's got Spectre's got the chance to put both Cobra and Albin in the loser's bracket here, which would be, just doing that's an accomplishment, even if you don't end up winning the tournament.
Well, I think Spectredawn's asking for trouble again here.
Yeah, this is.
I mean, there's
you
options
could put
here.
the cue behind the 3-5.
Yeah.
Although you got to watch out of scratching. You could thin the left side of it and go try to put him on the 6. He's going to try to go behind the 3-5, and he's hit it well.
Yeah, that was asking to be put away there. I mean, still
that's the shot I would have chosen because it was very natural. You just had to make sure you got the one ball at the right angle, but it was sitting at the right height to get a nice line behind him.
So here we go. Here's Albinario at the table, and they are all there. They're all on one way or another.
Yeah. So, that was not a good push. It was just too easy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I see. That's what I see from a lot of guys in VP still is they're pushing out to shots that are too easy. You need to push out to stuff that's hard. I mean, if you're playing, somebody that's not a real strong player, yeah, you can do whatever you want. But as soon as you start playing somebody like an Albin who understands where the cue ball's going and know how to play it safe, you can't push to something like that, or you're going to get beat up.
Big gap to get into here, so he shouldn't be failing in this.
No, he should have no problem here.
Oh, he's playing in the short end, bumping the 10.
Yeah, this is all good. He's gonna go 3 rails here, I think. You got to spin this one up. Yep, and he did. He had to spin that up a lot to get the angle to get it around the 5.
Yeah, he's a bit straight here, but again, he can pinch the pocket and still get there if he needs to.
Yeah, he may do the big draw shot here. He may just go for the monster draw. Nope, he's just going to hit the soft one, and that's fine. You got to make sure you don't hit the 9 ball here, because if you do, you could scratch. This is just, this is getting the cue ball on the right line here. If you mess up the line, you're sorry. And that's what I'm talking about before about, the couple inches on the line. That's a big separator between, I think, Albin and a lot of other players in VP, is that Albin gets the ball rolling on line really well.
So 9 ball, not a problem past the 10. I mean, he can do what he wants. He can just go through. He could have drawn back if he wanted to do something like that, but
yeah, and I think he'll go forward here. It's just natural.
Well, Albinario's responded, but again, it came from the poor choice of push out by Spectredawn, and Albinario put him away, got his opportunity from the safety that he played, and ran the table all square again.
We've seen some bad push outs from both players. We'll see. We'll see what if it continues along that vein.
This is looking distinctly dry again.
Yeah, that rack came apart great, but nothing went in.
Yeah, and the bad news for Spectredawn is that
this is a little tricky here. Let's see what Albin decides to do.
Yeah, you look at the path off the 1 ball here. He might just drop through dead weight here and just play the 2 from that side, rather than try to run around and avoid hooking himself behind the 4.
He's going to bank it, which I think is the right shot. That's what I was thinking, is bank it. Now, the 4 ball is
the 2 doesn't go.
The 4 ball is an issue here.
Yeah, that's why he's playing the bank, because the 2 ball doesn't go.
This 4 ball is huge where it's sitting.
That's well done.
That's a great shot.
Excellent shot.
He really controlled the speed well, because you didn't have a lot there, a lot of room over there.
It's going to have to be a 9-10 combo that isn't set, so he needs to get good on it.
I mean, the bank shot itself wasn't difficult to make. That was simple, but the cue ball speed was tricky. Yeah, I mean, he's sitting good here. He's going to get an angle on the 4 into the side pocket and perfect to roll down to the 5. And I mean, he's going to have to figure out what to do with the 9 ball. He's either going to have to, get on it into the other corner or play the combination on the 10.
You don't think he's going to do something silly like get on the 7 in such a way where he ends up with the option to bump the 9 and then still having a long shot at the 8?
Well, it's hard to have that plan because you got to get,
Yeah, you might find
you got to get in a certain place, and there's nothing that guarantees you're going to get the 9 loose coming from that side. I mean, you actually would be better off running into the 10, but then you really have to get in a specific spot. So I wouldn't do that.
What I'm thinking though, Steve, is that it might not turn out the way that he's hoping to land on this 7 ball. It might be in such a way that he'll be in two minds as to whether he might have a choice of actually running into one of them or taking the base of action.
Yeah, depending on how you land on this.
Well, he's not now because he's way short.
Very good.
Way short.
Well, I'd be playing safe here probably. I don't know. In VP, maybe this cut shot you guys like this. Maybe he'll shoot it.
This is a bedhead cut.
Yeah, he's shooting it.
Now, what's he doing here, though? I think he's okay. Well, that's actually fine. Well, we didn't think in that, Steve. We thought he would set up the combo easier.
Albin is way ahead of us. He's just going to bump that thing out, making a dead duck.
I mean, look at the way it's set now. It's plumb. You can't miss it.
Yeah. Well, Cobra, if you thought it was easy before, it's really easy now.
Oh, yeah, that's the way to do it.
Even I could probably make that one. Well, maybe 50-50.
Yeah, that was never in the plan that we thought. It's dead easy, this game.
Yeah, well, that shot on the 6 ball. See, that's a shot like I think in VP is, for me at least, is way harder in real life because I can control that draw real well in real life and not so much on VP. Now, if Cobra was shooting that shot, he would have hit it way better than that because that is a shot he plays really well. I doubt Cobra would have come up where Albin did.
Well, 2 in a row for Albinario and on his break again. But
we're going to the side rail here, which
we're going wide.
I think is a good choice. I mean,
when
you're not making balls in 10 ball, the side rail is a great place to go to because
10 ball in the break.
The table just breaks a lot different from the side rail, which, if the balls aren't going in, that's what you need is a lot different.
1-9.
He's decided to play the combo, and the problem is what are you going to do with the cue ball? He's playing the billiard.
Is he?
Well, that's what he's lining up for, and this is a tricky billiard where the 9 ball is. This is very tricky.
No, he's going for the cut. I
would not go to the end rail. Yes. I'd hit this with draw and left English if I was playing and go straight to the 9 ball. Draw and a little bit of left English. He's going to the rail.
No, wow. He needs to get lucky, and he hasn't got it.
He did go straight at it, but he used right English, which I didn't like, but he made the ball. Of course, the rest of it's no good. Yeah, I kind of questioned shooting that shot because there were too many things that could go wrong. As we have seen.
He's looking for the line past the 6 ball. It's tight.
Yeah, he can get that. He can kick this at this ball.
Oh, he'll take that. He'll take that every day.
Yeah,
I mean, he's going to be in trouble. He's going to be in trouble, but he's leaving it up to Spectredawn. But at least he's not left him a pot.
Yeah, I think the easiest safe here is actually spin it easy over into the 8.
Oh, that was not great either. That was not great. And he's left the bait there, because this is well off the rail, and I think Albie's going to cut this in.
Yeah, he may take a shot at this. I mean, the safety isn't particularly easy here. So, when you got a hard shot and you got a hard safety and they're about the same, you might as well shoot it.
Oh, he's got it too thin. But I think, again, he'll take that, because it's awkward.
Yeah, it's
Spectredawn
awkward.
right over the 3. Big Chinese
one ball,
snooker.
I think, could be cut in, but that's awkward. He may not even try to shoot this. Oh, he's
Just
rolling up on it.
For the double kiss.
He's got it he does have it in a kind of a funny situation here. He's going to play the double kiss. Double kiss, try to hook him, and he didn't get it. Well, again, here's an opportunity to bump the 8 ball.
Mm-hmm.
Hit this with, roll this ball with left English, let it come across shallow, take the 1 ball straight up and run over there and bump the 8 ball with a cue and use the 10. That's way too easy. Well, he got away with it. I mean, he didn't play the same shot. He played a different shot, and yeah, that was fine. I mean, he didn't play the shot I was thinking of.
Well, not a difficult kick shot, but can he get that 1 ball away past the 4? He wants to get it away past it, I think.
That's the problem with the way he played it. It was going to leave something that, Albin could have kicked safe. He didn't. So he should get some kind of safety here. I mean, boy, that's a strange shot. He hit it pretty good, but that was a strange shot. He could have just banked the 1 over behind the 8 and 10. I think he might have left a kick at it, but he played a fairly difficult shot and hit it pretty good. I don't know about this shot. Oh boy, he almost got away with it. That was tricky.
Well, we've got a little safety battle going on here. Now, Albinario can get that left edge of the 1.
Well, he wants to put this on the 2 ball. That's the play here. Well, he hit way too much of the 1 ball.
And
way too much of the 1 ball. He had a pretty good shot to put that on the 2 ball, and he had the 5 as a blocker too, but he hit it way too fat. What you had to do was hit English to get it to spin up table.
You cut out there, Steve. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, it just sort of died slightly, and then you came back.
Yeah, well,
a little glitch in.
You didn't miss anything.
Oh dear. Well, Spectredawn's missed something, and Stubbs in the house.
Well, that's been the difference in this game is really Spectredawn's misses, because Albin has not been able to control the game. I mean, Spectredawn has gotten enough chances that he's made this a very close match, but that's like the 3rd ball he's missed, and if he hadn't missed these balls, he'd be ahead.
Yeah, it's a very fine line. But yeah, you can start counting up these misses.
Yeah, I don't think Albin's missed a ball. Not that I remember. But he's made plenty of mistakes, but they weren't missed balls.
Well, the cue ball just wants to leak away to the right here, obviously, off this 5. He looks as if he's not calling a bank. He's just trying to hold it dead weight into a line. Now, this isn't great either. He might have to juice this right up and go to the rail and left rail and come across. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, you got to hit this. You just got to
get right into
across, a little bit of left English, and come right back out. I mean, it's not a hard shot. I mean, it definitely makes the pocket a little smaller. You got to make sure you hit it in the pocket.
Yeah.
Well, he held it way too high. I mean, I guess he was afraid of losing it low.
Well, this is a big test now. What does he do here? I mean, he can't go up the table and pot the 8. He's got to go up and down.
Yeah, and this is that thing again of getting the line. He's got to do something with the inside to get the line right.
This
and
doesn't look right.
You know,
this isn't
no.
right. This is nowhere near the mark.
That was tricky. He's got a pretty good safety play here. If he's going to try to hook him on the 10, he's probably got to hit it easy. It looks like he may shoot the bank shot.
Oh,
I mean, the bank shot's on. No, he's playing safe.
And
I think that's a smart move.
Well, it might not be that the 8 ball's over the pocket and he can get a clean bank, a clean kick at this 8 ball.
Yeah, I mean, on that kind of shot, you know, you got to be thinking when you hit it, you want to get the 8 ball past the side pocket because, you know, I mean, it's like you say, well, you can't think of everything. Well, I guarantee you, like one of these top pros and stuff, just playing that shot in a big match, that they're going to be thinking about not leaving an 8 ball in front of the side pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's he doing here? He's going for the draw shot back.
Yeah, the old VP4 escape route.
Well, Albin got away with one there because Spectredawn could have easily kicked that in and then banked the 10.
Now, is that how many is that in a row for Albi? Is that 4 in a row? Was he 6-4 behind? I think.
I don't remember.
Was he 6-5 behind? It's certainly 3 in a row. I know that. Somebody will have been paying attention. Break back to Spectredawn. I think he's got a ball in the top left-hand corner there. Couldn't see what one it was. What was the 10 again? Well, that's two 10 balls in a row there have gone in the break. Albi's in the last rack.
Well, this 1 ball goes, but, you know, I mean, this is not the simplest shot in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some safeties here. You can.
I'm not sure what he's.
You can take the cue ball at the 5 and take the 1 ball back across the table.
Well, he's chosen to push.
That's probably the easiest safety. He's deciding to push.
I don't like that either.
I probably would have played that safe, where you roll the cue ball at the 5 and bring the 1 across. I mean, it wasn't guaranteed, but it was pretty good chance that you were going to get a hook.
There's too many balls in the neighbourhood, Steve, to be playing a push to there, because Albinario has got. He's got to be thinking he can get a bump in one of these balls and tie him up.
There's too many options. He's not going to pass this back. I mean, there's just too many options of what you can do here. He decided to shoot it. And I'm not sure I like that because, you know, unless you're in love with the bank on the 2 ball, I'm not sure I like that shot. And, you know, he's going to get safed up here. The question is can he get a hook? And I think the answer is yes.
Well, I think Albinario's. I don't know whether the angle is too shallow to call this. Let's have a look.
No,
I mean, he looks okay from this end. He's called the 9.
You really want to get that cue ball going at the 1 ball going at the 9 too, so it stops there because you can get safe here. He's basically playing a safety.
Well, this is going over the pocket.
Yeah, that's what you call no good.
So the problem is, I think Spectredawn might have his mind made up from here because when he pots this 1, if he keeps fairly good on the 2 and tries to drop through in the 3, he's got the 3-9 combo. I don't know that.
He's got the 3-5 combo too. I mean, I think from this angle, he's probably going to run the ball at the 6. Although I've seen him hit this off before. I mean, we'll see what he does. He could try to go behind the 3 ball and into the 6. Yeah. That's a funny shot with the cue ball on the rail because you see it loop. He put topspin on and it loops, which, you know, is what messed up the line. He's probably just going to pin him on the 6 ball here. I can't imagine he wouldn't. Because you got the 4 there. I mean, you can't avoid getting a safe here. You just draw it back.
Why is he not playing the cut in the 3? Well, he's got the lock up now.
Yeah, I mean, that was a smart play. I mean, it's just so easy to do.
I think that 3 ball actually cut into the corner.
It might have.
Although it would have been a wild shot though.
Yeah, that's the problem, is how you're going to get on the 4. I mean, this was easy.
And Albinario made the right choice. Spectredawn made the right choice, I should say.
Yeah. I mean, if Albin has a weakness in his game, it's probably kicking, playing safe. I mean, he plays safe better than he kicks.
Well, don't forget some of the kicks he put in that black ball tournament.
Yeah, I mean
that was a different table, obviously.
And obviously everything's relative, because Albin does those things probably as good or better than most of the good players on VP. So it's just a comparison to more like what real life guys do. That he could definitely improve in those areas.
Well, Spectredawn needs to improve the scoreboard here with this visit.
Oh, he hit that real hard. I thought he'd just soft draw that. I was surprised he hit that so hard.
Well, he's making sure he's got the angle to get up with a 7, and he can have no complaints in that score.
He was going to have the angle there no matter how he hit it. He's hit it great with a soft draw. He still was going to have a lot of angle. Yeah, that one wiggles in. And it looks like it's going to be 8-7. We're going to have a heck of a match here. This one's going to be pretty close. It probably is going to stay within a couple games the whole way.
Well, of course, Spectredawn's good work here will be to no avail if Albinario can do the same to him in his next break to protect his lead.
I agree with you there, Hairpig. Of course, everything is harder for me on VP than real life, but yeah, I think the visual definitely makes it harder. I mean, I think you got to learn the visual. I mean, I can't believe how well guys pocket balls on this. So obviously they've been able to learn the visual for that. But I've said this before. I think one of the problems people have with kicking is they look at the kick point as the point on the rail, and that's not where you need to look. The kick point is actually in the gutter. It's a ball radius out from the rail. That's where the ball is rebounding. And I know it's not a big difference, but that difference can make a lot of difference on certain types of kick shots.
Well, it's dry. But
yeah, it's dry, and
Spectredawn's got let's have a look at this. The 10 ball. Why doesn't he call the 10 ball here and bank the 1?
Well, I'd call the 10 ball and use the cue ball here.
Yeah,
I'd take the 1 down the rail. Yeah.
Are you talking about going off the long rail onto the short rail and out and cutting the 10 in, maybe possibly?
No, I'm going directly. I'm talking about going directly.
Yeah.
Now there is some risk there. You may leave the 1 ball. I mean, the idea is that you're trying to get safe on the 1 ball too.
Well, that's not working.
Yeah, I mean, there was some risk there that you know, and he didn't even hit the 10 ball, you know, which makes me sort of think maybe that wasn't the shot to shoot. If you can't get that on a pretty good line, because there was a fairly good chance you might give up the 1.
Well, Spectredawn's been let off the hook there.
Yep.
And now he can administer the punishment and square the match. Oh dear. Hang on a minute. That ain't it.
Well, I'm going to decide you're going to bank this, you're going to play safe. It's got some pretty good safety options here. You can cut the right side of the 2. He can try to put him on the 8. He's going for the 8. And that's a pretty good spot. I think he needs a kick to the long rail right next to him. Well, he can go off the short rail too. You've got to kind of decide on this shot what's going to give you the best chance of moving the ball in a direction where you can kick safe, because it's hard to be accurate on this shot. Even for a guy like Efren, he's looking at which direction should I push the 2 ball in and what direction the cue ball is going to give me the best chance of coming up with a safety.
Well, what do you play here? Do you play a reckless stub shot and try and billiard the 9 in and hope you get lucky in the 2, or do you go for cover?
Well, you can play the 10 ball too if you want.
Well, that is a possibility.
The thing is,
I mean, he can duck in behind the 7 and 10 anyway, if he wants.
If you play the 10 ball, whether it's a billiard or whether it's with the 2 ball into the 7-10, you're probably going to leave a shot on the 2 afterwards if you miss.
Well, he's called it.
He's playing it as the combination.
Oh, well, it's going in now, I think. I think it's going in now, this 10 ball. Well, he's going to have to be careful.
I don't know about that. This is not.
He's going to have to be careful.
This is not guaranteed. I mean, this can be missed pretty easy. I'm assuming he's playing the 2-7-10, because if he's going to try to play a billiard into the 7, this is very difficult. And a billiard from the 2 to the 10 is even more difficult. I wouldn't even try that shot.
What's he doing?
That's the shot there. Yeah. That was the best chance.
It was easy in the end, wasn't it? Well, just when we thought it was going to be all square, Spectredawn's on the rack a little bit again on his break.
When some guy fires in like a 3-ball combo like that, it always looks easy.
Yeah.
It looks easy from the commentary booth anyways.
Now, did something go there yet? The 7's gone. Now, how's the gap looking like here? Well, there is a gap, but there's not enough to get that 1 clean.
Yeah, you can massé this. It's not, as far as massés go, it's not a terribly difficult massé, but coming up with a shot on the 2 is another story. You have to run into it.
Crusader has asked, do you think the day will come when 2 pros play each other using GoPros for first person point of view? That would be fun to watch.
Of course it's going to happen. I mean, I've seen a lot of pros, like Max Eberle's done a lot of GoPro stuff. This was a pretty good push out. Did he get it back? Yeah, it got passed back. See, this push out was pretty good.
Are we talking about cameras down the queue? Is that what we're talking about? When they're playing with a camera either on their head. Yeah, on their head, right. Well, there's a guy does that. Guy does that on YouTube in his snooker training videos.
Yeah, I mean, he's asking about guys playing a match like that, and they might. I mean, I don't think most pool players want to wear that during the match, but somebody will probably do it.
I think Errol would, because he wears every other contraption.
So that was a pretty good push there from Spectre. We're talking about a lot of bad pushes. That was a good push. Now he got it back, and he didn't come out good. Okay, but so it was a failure in that sense, but I mean, that was a good push where, he got it back. He still had a reasonable chance to kick safe. He didn't give up anything easy safe or easy shot.
That was a good cut. Well, he's now looking very good here for a 3-back lead again.
No, this is simple. He's just going to roll this, bump the top of the 8-ball. Oh, he got by the 8-ball. So it's going to be 10-7, and we got a little separation here. It's funny how that happens, I mean, Spectredawn finally does a push shot I think is good, and he's going to lose the game off of it.
Well, we are an hour and 11 minutes into this match.
Well, this shot's interesting. You got to force this to the rail. If you baby this, you're going to scratch. I think he's probably going to come across the table. Yep, that's what he's doing.
That works.
Yeah, that was well played there. Obra left the push out too difficult. That's what you want. You want it to be difficult. I mean, that's the thing, is you got to expect when you push out to something difficult that you're going to get it back sometimes.
What's
Kind of the nature of it.
What's the possibility of live stats in VP4, Steve? Is that an impossibility? In terms of this match going on at the moment and going and looking at a tab that shows you
some things are live. Like in leagues, the scoring's all live. The percentages of the games are all live. But is it possible to do live stats? Yes. Is it in there now? No. But it is possible to do it.
Mm. So, the scratch, was that a scratch? It must have been a scratch and a break there. Yeah, ball in hand, but this is ugly.
Yeah, I mean, really the key here is just getting that 6-8 cleared up. The rest of it's not bad.
Yeah, he'd have loads of tape in his head. He'd have his weights in his arms.
He's going to bump these balls and make them better probably, and move the 2 ball. I mean, he could have got out without moving them, but he'll probably bump these balls and play safe. Well, he's not even going to bump them. He's not going to get safe.
Going to be a missed call.
Well, that was crazy. I thought he'd just roll up on those balls and bump them a little. And wow.
Well, what's Albinario doing?
That was a big mistake.
Is Albinario
give it back? Maybe I might shoot this, because that's not that hard a shot, and the cue ball is going to come across the table. You got to be a little careful of the scratch. If you hit this too hard, it could hold up and scratch.
Oh, aye, that was the question, Steve. Cobra's reminded me. Thanks for reminding me.
Okay, that's perfect.
I have a question to ask you, Steve. Playing in the leagues, right?
All right.
Does playing in the leagues, the 9-ball leagues, affect your normal everyday 9-ball rating when you're playing in a challenge room or a match room?
Yeah, all play affects your rating.
It does. So
yeah, I mean, the only time that it doesn't affect your rating, there's a few times. It doesn't affect your rating if you're playing in a match room and you reload the game.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. That's obviously to prevent cheating. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some rating things that don't happen, like if somebody disconnects in us early in the match, it won't do it. I mean, there's some situations, but for the most part, all your play affects your rating.
Right. I wasn't aware of that.
Well, practicing by yourself doesn't affect your rating.
Yeah, because what I'd noticed is that I've not played in a 9-ball challenge room or a match for goodness knows how long.
Well, that was a creative way to get bad position.
Yeah. But I noticed mine had gone down, so my bad results at the weekend there have affected my normal 9-ball rating.
He's got a pretty good chance to carom this ball in off the 10.
Well, let's see if Albinario fancies that idea. He hasn't called anything. He's going all out for the cut.
Try to cut it. I'm not sure what he was doing there, because he wasn't going to be any good on the 8. So what are you saying, Hugh, that your league play is not affecting your rating?
No.
It is,
I'm asking. Well, you've more or less answered the question, provided you fully
correct
understood what I was saying. Anyway, I mean, the fact that I've not played 9-ball in a challenge room or a match room for goodness knows how long, but yet playing in the 9-ball league drops my 9-ball rating in my normal play.
Well, it depends on if you're winning or losing.
Yeah, but it unfortunately affected it because I was losing. I was just wondering. I was thinking it was a bug.
Well, I noticed as soon as we bumped the rating up, you just dumped those matches.
Well, that was against 2 guys that were. It was scratch. And you'll notice that particularly Bankster, I think, he broke very well. He was getting 1 and 2 balls in the break each time.
No, I'll tell you what it is, Hugh, because I was watching you. Well, look at this. That's no good. I'll tell you what it is, Hugh. I came in there and you're getting your ass kicked, and it was just me in there watching. And I came in and get your next opponent, and you're getting your ass kicked, and I was in there just me watching. You play the third guy, and you've got like 10 guys in the room, and you play great. So,
well, I had to.
The thing is you just can't play without a crowd.
Yeah, I had to. I mean, because I think I was given 7 and out.
You just can't play if you don't have a crowd. That's what it comes down to. You need to make sure that you get people to come in and watch your match.
I didn't get much luck, and I didn't play that well either. But I think the break certainly went against me because the Bankster was getting great breaks. Well, where are we now? Well, we're in a dire position at the moment. If you're Spectredawn.
Yeah, I mean, this has been an interesting match because there's been a fair amount of mistakes by both players, but Albin hasn't missed a lot of balls. I only remember him missing a couple balls. He missed the 7-ball last rack. I remember he missed that one. Spectredawn has given up a lot more games where he missed, not only just missed balls, but missed balls that were pretty easy.
Yeah. And it's beginning to shape up in a way that I sort of thought it may well go, in the terms of Albinario just being that more sharper. Well, he's unlucky there because he's just brushed through on the 9th, and here's a pressure situation.
That wasn't guaranteed there. Yeah. That was, those are the kind of safeties that, it was reasonable to shoot that because he had the 9 and the 5 there. But, those are the kind of safeties that if you don't get the hook, you're giving up the table. And
he's got a chance now to redeem himself here.
If you're a player, you got to think twice about shooting that kind of safe because, if you shoot that safe and the other ball's on the end rail, well, maybe the guy will get you safe or something, but if you shoot it and you leave him a wide open shot, you're in real trouble.
Oh, by the way, Steve, I'd just like to point something out as well. The fact that those 10 people or whoever was in watching that last match I played, the only reason they did is they were thinking, what the hell's going on here? Why is this match taking so long? Because everything else had finished. I think I was the last match of the night.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Yep. They were bored. Yeah. They wanted to get to bed.
So, yeah, Semi-Pro's team is still in first place.
Yeah, well, they can only head one direction, can't they? They can only head one direction.
Well, you would think he would be out here. It's pretty straightforward.
Well,
didn't really want to get this straight on the 6-ball.
Yeah, that's pretty straight.
Yeah, well, I would go forward with this. I think that's what he's going to do. Yep.
Oh, welcome to Bankster.
Bankster's here, right? Bankster.
Well, now he's got a.
Just roll this.
Just you can't get the pace right.
I don't think you can get on the wrong side of the 10. So.
He's going to run up to the side, up to the middle of the table, probably.
Down or hit this with a lot of inside. He looks like he's going up and down, which is probably the best choice. Well, 11-8, and Albin is going to be breaking.
Well, as you said, Stephen, I mean, we can all go back and look at the match. Albinario's not made many potting errors, and if he keeps that ratio up, then it's still a very tall order for Spectredawn. If the mistakes start to come from Albinario late in the game, then, you know, as we've seen, things do happen. And the first thing that's happened there is Albinario's dry, and well, this is nailed to the 1 ball.
Yeah, he's probably just going to thin this. He's got to watch out for the side pocket. Oh boy, that's no good.
Yeah, he was trying to get up to
that ball.
Top up of the 4 ball.
The tricky part here is there's not a lot of cover there, so you're going to have to bring the cue ball down table. My guess is he's going to cut this thin.
Yeah, he's got it.
But he didn't make the ball.
Oh, I thought it would run in. I'm too busy looking to see where the cue ball was going to the 2.
He went for all or nothing there because he wasn't playing it at a speed he could get safe at.
Well, this is exactly what Spectredawn wants. He wants a chance to narrow the gap, and he's been given it. And it's a test of his nerve. Because again, he's at the stage now where he cannot make mistakes.
You need to get on this 3 ball the right way because you got to get down table for the 4. And I think that was a very good choice what he did there.
He's got the angle.
You know, that's easy. If you would have left it where you were cutting back the other way, it was starting to get tough. Uh-oh.
Hang on, where's the cue ball going? Where's the cue ball going? Oh!
Well, he got away with one there. He definitely did. I was kind of surprised he didn't stun that over the side rail with English, because that's what I would have done. You know, you blast it, and I mean, you didn't have to hit it that hard, but you had to hit it pretty hard, and stun it over with right English and pull it back. I guess he wasn't confident he could get it back that way, so he tried to just draw it.
Wow.
And
wow.
Now replay that.
I can't replay it because I'm not on broadcaster. I
mean, this is I guess this was the hampered ball by the 10 ball, but that just amazes me.
See, that's a feature that's a feature you never thought of having in VP4, Steve. Having the replay function. That would have been handy for that. Well, it's a big mistake, whatever way you look at it. A big, big mistake. No sooner have I said that, you know, Spectredawn can't afford to put in these errors. Because they're big punishment to come from them.
I think Albin's trying to go behind this.
Well, he's now sort of in between, isn't he?
Nah, you just jack up and punch it over and shoot the 8 ball up in the same corner. He may try to go forward. I wouldn't.
I think he'll
risk
dig in.
Bumping the 8 ball.
Yeah, I think he'll dig in. No, he looks well at the moment. He's lining up just to roll through. I still think he'll jack up. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a smart shot. I mean, it's just there's no doubt that you're going to get on the 8.
Well, that's a 2-rack swing right there.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a pretty good position. There's still enough time for Spectredawn to come back here, but
let me have a read at the YouTube chat. Because I missed something there. Albinario's break has been weak, right? What Hairpig says, glitch in your code, Steve. No way Spectre misses that one. Otherwise, he had English on that 5-ball shot, I do believe, says Spud.
Yeah, well, you know, if you're jacked up over the ball, so the thing is if you're up on top of the cue ball and you put English on it, it's going to turn. And Now, this happens a lot in real life, and this is a big separating factor. You want to see a shot that most decent players don't play well.
Oh, it's gone in. Oh, dear.
Top spin with a lot of English and hit it hard. And the reason why is because when they're up on top of the cue ball, too many players grab the cue and the tip dives. Well, if you're up on top of the cue ball and the tip dives and you're putting English on it, that cue ball is going to turn like crazy. Now, we don't have that problem in VP because the tip doesn't dive. But look at this.
Well, the thing is that Spectredawn there.
Belly button lint.
Spectredawn, no. Spectredawn played the one ball around the table
to lock them up.
Yeah, and the one ball's went into the top right-hand corner pocket. So,
that's no good.
Yeah, having left the snooker, Albinario.
He just lost the game on that shot because
Albinario put him back in, and
too easy.
He's tried to lock things up, but he's only set a 4-6 combo, so nothing's worked here for Spectre.
Yeah. Well, anyways, what I was saying is that shot where you're jacked up over a ball and you're putting topspin on it, you got to be real careful there's no English on it, because that's sort of similar situation of the tip diving into it, where it's going to turn the cue ball. And what's worse is that it's turning the cue ball, and it's also going to put English on the object ball and throw it. And that's probably what happened on that shot.
Doesn't 10 go? I've maybe missed that. Oh, you talking about? I don't know where you're talking about now. I probably missed that from 3 shots ago, Cobra. The 10 obviously goes now, wherever it was meant to be going in the first place. I don't know.
Well, it's going to be going in pretty soon here, regardless. Spectredawn's going to be down 13-8 and starting to get in real trouble because it's going to be 4 games to 9 games.
Oh, so it was a possible 3-10 combo, I think it must have been. I wasn't paying any attention. Yeah, it's definitely looking bleak now for Spectredawn. All that could go wrong in that rack
going on with Spectredawn this match, because he sure has missed a lot of balls. He does not normally miss.
Well, like I said earlier, Albinarius came in today, and it's at a stage in the tournament where Albinario feels that he has to put in a bit of table time prior to the match. He's been doing it all day, and the way the scoreline looks, and for the most part how he's shot the balls, it's working for him. 5 rack lead.
Well, I think Albin's played about normal Albin. He hasn't missed a lot of balls, and that's pretty normal. He's moved the cue ball well, and that's pretty normal. His kicking and safety game's been a little up and down, and that's pretty normal. And I think this is pretty much what you got to expect from Albin. I think it's Spectredawn has been a little substandard.
Yeah, Albie's standard is pretty high most of the time. So you've got to be on your game if you're going to pose a threat to him. And
that was an interesting shot. He just got, he had a lot of English on it, and the deflection just got away from him, and he hit it thin. I think he actually might have hit it coming back off the rail, and I don't think that's what he was trying.
Well, it's ended up in a 2-1 shot here as far as a safety, but once again, that looks really poor from Spectredawn. That is terrible.
Yeah, well, that's that kind of shot where you're just trying to bump the thing, and if you don't get the hook on the 2, you're done. That's another one of those shots that if you're going to shoot it, you got to be real confident that you can get the snooker on them.
Well, that's a gift, and it's not a good sign for Spectredawn's prospects for surviving much longer in this match.
No, but he'll still be in the tournament.
Yeah.
Maybe he has a bad match and he gets knocked in the loser's bracket, but he can still win. Yeah, so that's well played there. He played the right shot. He hit it the right speed. He got on the right line. That's everything pretty well done. I think he'd probably like to be a little straighter.
Yeah, it should have a good path over past that 10 ball from here.
He should be fine. Well, he underhit that a little bit.
Just
I think
a wee
he was
bit
a little
short.
afraid of that.
So
that's one of those shots you need to really dig back into the cue ball. I mean, and that's a shot, honestly, I think in real life that you can get that ball to come way down table easier in VP. And I think when we bring the rail friction up just a little bit after this championship, that shot's going to be easier.
Yeah, he's making sure he was finding a line to make sure he could get past the 10 because he didn't want to go further left, bringing that 8 ball into play.
Yeah. I mean, Albin rolls the balls on good lines. And that's one of the things I look at to judge speed when I see a guy in a pool room and that I don't know and stuff. One of the things I look at is what kind of lines he rolls the balls on, because that's a very telling attribute. If you roll the balls on good line, then you're going to be hard to beat.
Well, Spectredawn now needs masses of help here.
Yeah, he's got both feet in the coffin right now. He's going to need a lot of help from Albin to come back and win here.
Well, that was almost another 10 ball in the break.
Yeah, it rattled the pocket.
But it's dry. And again,
that's not what he needed.
The worst news for Spectredawn is Albie can probably draw off this one into the. Can he get enough of the one to draw off it?
This is a tricky shot. This is a tricky shot because you've got to cut that one ball somewhere. It's not going in. You've got some choices here how you're going to play this, but you're looking like you're going to have to find a window. I think it's going to be hard to get this back around table. Now, one thing you could do is hit this with left English. Well, he was able to pull a backpack past the 6. I wasn't sure he could do that. He hit it good.
He's got into my second grid area. I think he's got, he's dead straight on it, so just a drop in.
Yeah, he's out.
Well,
the rest of this is simple. He did the hard work.
That's the cruelty of the break in this game, and the cruelty of the alternate break. Spectredawn breaks dry, leaves it on.
Spectredawn isn't losing this match because of his break. I mean, Albin's outplayed him, and he's made too many mistakes.
There's been too many errors, I'm afraid. And Albinario's just coasting now.
He's making a lot of these racks look simple, which is really what you want your player to be like. Stun shot, stop shop, roll the ball. He's got the balls going on good lines, and there's nothing that's really that complicated about most of his runouts, and that's how you want to play. The thing about playing that kind of style where you make it look easy, it looks easy, but it's not easy to play like that. I mean, you've got to move the cue ball really well.
Well, let's look at the early part of this match, Steve. When I was talking about when I thought Albinario had won like 4 racks in a row, but it was certainly 3 racks in a row from being 6-4 down. From that position, look at the score from then. Albinario.
Spectredawn's gotten 2 games to what?
9 games? 9-2? Or can I not count?
Yeah, it's 9-2 since it was 6-6, but Albin was down. Albin was down
6,
like maybe 6-5 or 6-4. So
6-4,
10 or 11 games to 2.
Yeah, and that makes it even more severe when you talk about it that way.
Well, I didn't think we were going to see this kind of match where somebody's getting blown out. I really didn't, because there's only 2 ways that can happen. One is somebody plays substandard, which I think is happening here with Spectre, and the other guy just plays phenomenal and blows the guy away, which is, it's hard to do that in alternate break because you're letting the other guy to the table. And I think Albin certainly played pretty good. I mean, I'm not trying to discredit his play. He certainly played pretty good. I think if Spectredawn had played better, he'd still be behind right now, but he wouldn't be this far behind. And really, you never know what's going to happen in the match. Guy plays better, doesn't miss those balls. Maybe Albin loses some confidence and doesn't play as well. And, I mean, things could be a lot different. My pro says I can't see anyone beating Albie now. Well, Albie's a favorite, but, that said, there's a reason why we play these things. Because a favorite doesn't always win.
Well, I think Spectredawn will just loosen up now. He's got to just loosen up, play his game. He's more or less accepting that, as time goes by and the racks go by, that the natural course of events and the way things are going, Albinario is going to get to the line soon enough.
Well, at this point, you just gotta dig in and try as hard as you can. Try to, play good pool, and maybe things go your way. Maybe you get lucky. Maybe Albin breaks bad, dogs some balls. You can still come back and win it. You can't give up on it. But even if you don't, maybe you're just getting some rhythm, getting some confidence for, your next match, or maybe he's going to run into Albin in the final. So, there's a lot of positive things that can happen. Where that one ball almost went in the side pocket. There's a lot of positive things that can happen for Spectredawn, even if he doesn't win this match.
Oh, well, again, Albinario can get to the one, but, he's stuck to the rail.
Oh, no, he's going to make this ball. I think the question is whether he's going to get hooked on the 6 or not. Is he going to jack? If he's not going to jack up, then the 6 ball and the 10 ball are both in play.
Yeah,
he is going to jack up, so he's taking those out of play. And he's hit it good.
Again, well controlled. Yeah, that is right enough, Hairpig. Hairpig was, what was it? Was it 12-4 down or something? Yeah. But again, of course, you can't come back from that distance without getting a good roll of the ball and some help. Again, that was interchange X, that's right. Oh, well, there's the first. There's another one, Albinario's miscollection.
That's the first one he's missed that was really easy. And, that's what Spectredawn needs. Because here's a 2-game swing. Instead of being 16-9, it's going to be 15-10.
Yeah.
That's what he needs.
Double figures always looks better. And I think maybe, Spectredawn's been caught out there thinking that it was all over, and suddenly he's got to dish up. He's got to stay focused.
Well, Hairpig's certainly on the upswing. He's looked a lot better this tournament, and
is that going to get
there? He could be a force to reckon with in the future. Oh, he's fine.
Yeah, he's on it.
That's fine. We got some guys, Fast Eddie looks like he's, he's playing better this tournament. He looks like he's getting better. We've got a lot of players that are, improving.
Yeah, who wants it the most? Stubb wants it the most, I'll tell you that straight away. He's hungry for it. But there's a long way to go before that happens.
Yeah, well, he's gonna have to play unbelievable to be able to beat somebody like Albin, because there's so many parts of the game he doesn't do as well. Means he's got to basically run out every time he gets a chance.
So now, unfortunately, again for Spectredawn, it's back to Albie.
Yeah, but this is where again you need some luck. Dry break here. or God forbid a scratch. Well, it's not a dry break and it's not a scratch. And is he going to have a shot on the 2-ball? I think he is. Yeah, he's everything's good here. I mean, it's not the easiest shot on the 2-ball, but it's definitely a shot. It's got most of the pocket, probably 3/4 of the pocket, and the position's automatic. So he just has to make this ball. He doesn't have to worry about the cue ball. Well, he hasn't made the ball.
Not easy, but he'll settle for the outcome.
He's rolled out. He's rolled, and that's what Spectredawn doesn't. So here's a part of the game that Spectre really needs to work on. You know, this kicking part. How do you kick this safe? Which direction? Which side of the ball are you going to try to hit?
That isn't it.
Well, I think he would have been better off going the other side of the ball. I mean, neither one was guaranteed. But that's obviously no good. Let's see. Albie can't just stop this, so he's, you know, this shot's a little tricky at the angle because the corner pocket's in play for the scratch. He doesn't really have the right angle to cut the 3-ball on the side and get around the table. So this shot, it could go all wrong right here. This is a tricky little shot. Let's see. He's got a window going forward. Well, he did have a window going forward. I'm not sure he's in it. He might have to twist this one a little.
Yeah, I think he might be able to just. I think he can get enough of it. I think he can.
I think he's going to need some English and curve it a little.
Nope, just straight through.
Yep. Of course, I'm wrong there. That's why I can't make balls on this because I can't even see that.
Well, he's got to.
Well, this is just straight draw. It's just straight draw off the side rail and pull it back past the 8. You don't need any English here. You just need to hit it with a lot of draw. I think it's actually easier to control the speed with a lot of just straight draw on this shot. He's going to leave it high. He's not going to even come down. That's probably a better shot, what he just shot. It's not so crazy.
Yeah, he's got loads of room to get out behind the 10 and 9. 7's wide open. Well, that little glitch that Albie had, missing that, whatever ball it was, it may well have just kick-started his focus a bit more.
Yeah, it was a 4-ball, and it's looking like it's not gonna make a difference in the match. I mean, he looks like he's out here. He's going forward here. And well, that's just about perfect, really. You just roll this one over to the side rail.
So, it's one more for the victory.
One more nail in the coffin, that was.
And Spectredawn will be breaking to save the match, as he's always going to be doing for the rest of the match. And the 3-ball has gone in bottom left. And no shot.
No, this is another tricky safety situation here. I might push here. This is not really that wonderful. Yeah, see, I don't like that. I would have pushed it up table or something before I did that. This is just too much bad stuff that can happen when you leave them right
that
next to
was
the
a
ball.
very delicately controlled little shot there from Albie.
Yeah, you can't, that was, he should have pushed out there. That was just no good what he did.
So now Albinario has ball in hand for the match. And Spectredawn walked right into that one.
Well,
with his safety.
That's the part of the game, though. We knew that he doesn't do that well, and so it's not that unexpected. He has some problems with that. What was unexpected is how many easy balls he missed tonight.
So a gentle 4-9 here, because again he doesn't want that 4 to leak away.
Yeah, this could be messed up. I mean, I think that it's going to be hard to get a shot on the 4, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's leaked away.
Well, that was, if you can't get the shot there, you need to hit that hard and bring the 4 ball across into the 7-5, and maybe you come up with something. I mean, what he did, he wasn't going to come up with a shot. Maybe he had a plan of, I'm going to play safe or something after this, and he knew that beforehand.
Well, this is tricky. This at distance, trying to catch this 4 ball.
Oh, this is very tricky. I mean, well, he's going to play some soft thing.
Yeah, any edge in that 4 ball, he was bringing it into the table one way or another, but he wasn't.
I just don't like that, because he's probably going to get locked up, or there's a good chance he's going to get locked up. I mean, I just don't like that play.
Now, if Albinario gets the feather right and gets the line right in the cue ball, I think he's going to be short. But Spectredawn,
didn't get there.
Spectredawn's got less of the 4 ball to play it full in the face this time, so Albinario's sort of caught him out there. He's having to try and get the hit in it now.
Yeah, I think I've seen guys in VP play that roll-up shot just too much, I mean, because it's... should you never play it? No, I'm not saying that. I mean, there's times when it's good to play, but I think players rely on that too much.
Well, it's the fear of VP4 itself. Well, what a shot by Albie, and that's unlucky. It's the fear of VP4, because as soon as you touch that edge of that 4 ball on that shot reel, you're more than likely going to bring it into play one way or another. And you know what happens in VP4. The shots are a lot easier. Even the tough ones are a lot easier from that point of view in terms of potting balls. So the opt-out is to back down and just roll onto it and play the double kiss. It's the safest shot to still give yourself another shot at the table. And, there is a fear of going for that edge. I mean, I'll go for the edge, even though I can't see them, because I always like them.
Definitely shooting at the edges is tough. I mean, I wasn't talking about that specific shot. I'm just saying in general, I think guys roll up on balls too much, because there's a lot your opponent can do from there. There's times almost for sure when you should roll up balls.
Well, I mean,
when you're kicking side rail to side rail, and there's a ball frozen and there's other stuff in the way, and anything you do is just gonna, if you hit it with any speed, you're gonna probably leave a shot. Well, then that's a good time to kick across and roll up on it. But
one thing I would agree is that there has been sort of over-long safety bouts with players just tip-tapping, double-kissing balls when they're not brave enough to try and skim and go and get distance. Yeah, there's been times like that in tournaments we've watched. Well, Spectredawn looks as if he's surviving another rack here. But once again, Albinario's breaking for the match.
I'll tell you, you see that little ticky-tick shots in one pocket quite a bit. You just don't see that in 9-ball that much or 10-ball that much. I mean, that's kind of stuff you see in one pocket.
So, Spectredawn can do nothing at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, Albie's got several breaks for the match, and this is kind of like being down 6-1 in tennis, where one game and you're done.
Well, look at this setup for Spectredawn. It's dry, 1 ball into the side, 2 ball, everything's on. Big pressure though. How's his nerve going to hold out? I mean, he's going to get this every day of the week in Friday night 9 ball.
Yeah, well, this is a little tricky here because he's got the 4 ball and the 8 ball. This is, you know, this is a little tricky here. I would try
How
to go
much of this
behind
is
the
he going to
8 ball.
get? How much is he going to get of this?
I don't like this shot.
He's brushing it with the right English to push it
really
towards
well,
the 3. Yeah, it's come out.
He played it really well.
It came out well. Now he needs to go high enough so he's not interfering with the 8.
Yeah, he's going to be out here. I mean, this is all good. And then it'll be his break. And maybe if he can break and run out, Albin might feel a little pressure. Well, he's way overhit that one.
Now, let's have a look at what he's got. Well, he can, I think he might end up playing this 7 ball back up into the top left-hand corner pocket as we look, because he's going to have to go forward and punch this in. And he's trying to come stunning across for it, and he's played that well. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a little funny. He's probably just going to stop this and take that shot there. I don't think he's going to want to draw this back with the 10 ball there. Yeah, that was the right thing to do. He'll just go back and forth, and
I presume he's going to go 2 rails, so he's not going to mess with that 10 ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is a test.
Well, any kind of miss at this point, and he's done.
I mean, he's just got to pot the ball because he's going to be in the 10 ball, whatever happens. Yeah, he didn't flinch. No signs of nerves there.
You know, I don't know. I mean, maybe he was nervous tonight. I kind of doubt it. I think he just maybe didn't have his best night. I mean, he's an experienced player. He's played a lot. You know, maybe he felt some nerves at some point in the match, but I think it's more likely he's just wasn't as sharp as he usually is.
Has gone so far pretty well here. Ball in the break. The 9 ball is gone.
Well, this is tricky here. I mean, this is tricky getting around the table because you're going to hit the 10 ball if you hit this at any speed. He's going to try to draw it, and that's a good shot.
Yeah.
That was hit about as well as you could hit it.
Now, is he going to try and bump into the 7 or the 4 or something like that, do you think?
I don't think so.
No, he's trying to get down for the 3 in the side. He needs to get there.
Just going to play the speed, and the speed wasn't great. I mean, he can make the ball, but it's obviously going to be a lot harder to get a shot on the 4 ball than it would have been if he rolled a few inches further. Let's see what he can come up with here. This is a little tricky.
He's overcut it. Well, I think he still would have been better running into the 7 or the 4. He still would have had the 3 the side.
I thought the way he played it was fine. He just dogged the ball. I mean, that wasn't really a difficult shot. It just didn't, he just didn't make it. And that's sort of been the story of this match. He's had a number of those. Albie's come up a little short there, and this is sort of interesting because you can't stun this. The 5 goes into the 8. You can roll it easy and maybe come up with something. He's going to try to draw past it, maybe bump it and shoot it in the corner. This is an interesting shot here. He's going to hit the 5, I think. It's going to be hard to avoid it. If he doesn't hit the 5, I don't know where he's going to shoot it. I think he's just got to brush the 5. Well, he tried to hit it hard. Well, I think that was a pretty good idea.
Might end up with a 6-10 combo for the match.
Yeah, I mean, you can soft draw this and shoot the 6 in the same pocket, or hit it hard and try to shoot the combo. I mean, this soft draw is it's a little bit of a touch shot, and I know Albin likes that. I think this is the kind of shot on VP that I think is difficult.
Yeah, you're right enough. He's played it well.
And he hits it great. So it's certainly looking like this is really the end here.
Yeah, the Undertaker's knocking at the door. But he's not going to get buried. He's only going to the one loss side.
No, and I mean, you look at this match, 17-12, and I'm sure Spectredawn isn't going to be particularly happy with how he played. He missed too many easy balls, but he's going to have more chances. He's still in the tournament.
So well done to Albinario. Solid as ever for the most part.
Albin played a pretty nice match tonight. I mean,
commiseration to Spectredawn.
Played smart. The normal kind of solid Albi match.
But Albinario, as I said earlier, he was up for it, and he's put in the time today because he knew he had to, and he's got the result as part of that. So Albinario is the main man. Let's have a look at the bracket, and we'll get confirmation. If we look across, we'll see that Albinario... Right, Cobra, thanks for watching. Albinario is in the hot seat, and he's in the hot seat with you-know-who.
Well, that's going to be an interesting match. I mean, I think Albin's a pretty big favorite in that match.
Yeah, it's Albinario and Stubb. Stubb trying to win his first virtual world championship in VP4. And if we look at the one loss side, because that's where all the action's going to be now from here on in. From the bottom of the draw, we've got Barker's. This is a match that's been confirmed today. We've got Fast Eddie from the States, Barker's from England, and that goes ahead tomorrow night at 7:30. 7:30 British Summer Time, which is 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central Mountain Time, and whatever time it is West Coast, because I can't be bothered counting. I need a coffee. And then the top of the draw on the one loss side, we have another good matchup, and it's Mr. Bill against Spectredawn. So there isn't a poor match here, guys. You can't miss any of these. Every single one's interesting for loads of different reasons. Fast Eddie, the jump kid, or the jump shot kid in this tournament, up against Barker's, and that'll be tomorrow night. Now I'm going to go back and look at the stats for this match.
Nice playing, Albie.
Well done, Albinario. See what practice does for you. Getting out of bed, you lazy Swede, and getting into VP4 and locking yourself away and putting in some time. Why can't I find his name?
Because you're spelling it wrong?
Probably. Now take a letter off. There we go. Oh shit, bloody deleted this thing. Hang on a minute. Right. Albinario. I've spelled it wrong again.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
You're spelling it like aardvark. Right,
hang on. Spectredawn.
No, back. No. It's wrong.
Spectredawn. I'm having to look at the keyboard, and I can't type and look at the keyboard at the same time. Right, here we go. Well, Albinario 14 breaks, and Albinario's balls in the breaks pretty poor. Look at Spectredawn, so he's
Spectredawn's break stat was a lot better than Albin's, and he still ended up losing.
And 10 ball stats. Racks run 4 from both players. Money ball shot 100%. And if we look at the overall stats in the tournament, well, Albinario and Spectredawn will have climbed up, but of course, Spectredawn's going to have a better chance at improving his stats now that he's got extra matches, possibly. Well, he certainly has, depends how well he does. Break stats. Hairpig 71. In fact, Hairpig's are the most because obviously he's played more matches. What do we want to look at here? Runouts from the break. Let's look at that. Well, we've got Albinario tied now with Cobra. And of course, Cobra can't affect that anymore. So Albinario's top drawer for runouts from the break. We've got Barkers, who's still in the tournament, can still add to his. Stubb is on 8, tied with Barkers. He can add to his. And Spectredawn is tied on 8, and he can still add to his. And Bill is just 1 behind on 7. And further down, now I think we've got to go a lot further down. Where the hell's Spectredawn in this? Oh, there he is. I went past him. He's an 8. Who else is? No, Fast Eddie. That's the one I'm looking for. Fast Eddie's way down there on 3. But I think if we look at, I think Bill's at the top of the stats as far as, what's the one I wanted to look at again? Average balls made. That's the one I want to look at. If you look there, Bill's at the top. He's in 0.87, almost 0.9 balls in the break. If you then go further down, you're going to have to go a fair bit down before you see anybody else that's left in the tournament. Barkers is there.
Barkers, yeah.
And then further down, and Cobra's.
Cobra, yeah.
He's gone, remember. And then eventually you get to Spectredawn and Fast Eddie. But Stubbs' break has been so crap, and it was awful last night. He was only 0.2.
Wow,
and he's still not in the house. He's still nowhere to be seen. We keep going down. We've gone past Fast Eddie, Interchange X. Keep going down, and there's Stubb holding up the field. He's down there in 0.5. So I wonder how long it's going to sink in for Stubb to change his way of doing things in the break. See if he gets a bit better run in the break. But that's as far as we've got now. And then, of course, we've already looked at that. What was the other one we need to look at? Well, break fouls. Let's look at that. Spectredawn's top of the shop there. He's on 6. Albinario is on 5. Or is he in 6 as well? I think Albie's in 5. And then further down. I don't think it really matters, but I think Fast Eddie's only in 2. Barkers is only in 1. So Barkers has got probably the best in terms of break fouls. In fact, Stubb is on 1 as well. And I think that about covers everything that we need to know. So there's a match tomorrow night, guys. I hope you can join us for that. Once again, well done. What was that, Hairpig? Cue ball overall pot percentage. I knew I'd missed something. Hang on before we go. What one am I looking at? Is that under the 10 ball stats?
No, it's common. Common stats.
Ah, right. The shot percentage. Well, there's the interesting one there. Look at the 3 guys that are at the top there. Well, 4.
Cobra, Albin, Mr. Bill, Spectredawn.
Yeah. Now further down, you've then got Stubb, of course,
Stubb's
who's still in there.
High,
And then further down, though, and this might be a clue. This might be a clue to I mean, it's a little hint as to how things might pan out with the matches that are left, because now you go further down and you find Barker's. He's down in 74. And then if you keep going down, Fast Eddie finally appears. He's down in 69. And who else is still left that we haven't covered? Is that it? I think that's it, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, so Fast Eddie is the outsider on that score.
Yeah, well, I can understand that. He shoots a lot of really difficult shots.
Yeah, so but you get all the interesting names there, and then you've got Stubb sort of on the sidelines. But as I said, Stubb played his best match of the tournament last night, I think. I think for the most part he was really, really solid.
And he's probably going to need to play that match from here on out if he's going to win.
Well, he'll have to cut out what he did in a couple of the shots. I mean, one silly shot earlier in the match actually let Barker's back in it when he shouldn't have. And he needs to cut that stuff out, because there's no way he's going to get away with anything like that against Albinario. So, yeah, of course, I agree with Bedhead. I mean, the way the tables go can affect it, but I think that shot percentage, there's a lot of reality about it. I mean, watching the Barker's match, Barker's early on was struggling. He missed a few pots, but he gradually warmed up a bit, Barker's, in his match. But the overall percentage is a good clue to who's finding the spot a lot more of the times, because the percentages don't lie. You can give or take a bit from the way the tables lie, but in the most part, the best guys that finding the spot will be the higher percentage all the time. But anyway,
you play safe a lot, it lowers your percentage.
Well, and that's the other thing. Yeah, if you get these stupid safety battles like we see tippy tapping, then that affects it too. But I think overall, it pans out that it's a general guide and a reasonable guide as to who the favourites are. So, but anyway, I still think every person in this has got a chance of winning. But for the likes of Eddie, Fast Eddie's played solid on the one-loss side, but it's always a step up next time, and he can't let it slip. Neither can Bill. They've both played solid enough. But if they look at Albinario and they judge and they use him as a judge as to where they're at, then they both will realise they've got to be right on the mark if they're going to even pose a threat to him. And likewise for Stubb. So it's all there. It's boiling up nicely. Everything's going to be good to watch, and I hope you all can at least either join us or make sure you watch it on YouTube. I'm going to add this one in a minute, and then I'm going for a coffee. And so, thanks to Steve for joining us.
Thanks you.
He won't be there tomorrow night. I certainly will be, and I hope you all can too. So I'll bid you good night.
Good
Stay
night,
safe,
guys.
and we will see you again soon, guys.
What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.